Hey guys, today we're looking at the Comica Ejoy Uni Pro. This is a cardioid condenser USB microphone that can be used wirelessly, and we'll get into that in a little bit. Inside the box, we'll find the microphone, a pop filter, a USB-C to USB-C cable with a Type-A adapter, a wireless dongle, some Velcro ties, and the boom arm. The first thing I noticed about this microphone is the entire construction is made out of plastic, except for the grill in front of the diaphragm. The pop filter pops on the suspension ring around the microphone. This face of the microphone is where the audio is picked up. You should be talking directly into the pop filter. On the mic itself, there are a few buttons and knobs. On the bottom of the mic, we'll find the knob that controls the amount of gain we put into the microphone. For all the knuckle dragging Overwatch players out there, this controls the amount of volume to the mic. The small circle means less volume, and the big circle means more volume. Other than that, we get a button to control the RGB mode, which I gotta give credit where credit is due. The RGB on this thing is dope. It looks great. Next to the RGB button, we have a mode button to switch between the wireless setting and the denoise setting. More on that in a moment. There's a headphone jack in case you want to route your audio through your microphone, and on the back we'll find a USB port. On the mount we'll find where the wireless USB dongle lives. Again, more on that in a moment. Stop it! On the very top of the mic we have a capacitive touch mute button. I'm okay with the placement of the mute button, but I'm not a huge fan of capacitive touch buttons because when I'm full ape gaming mode, I find I accidentally touch capacitive touch buttons all the time without meaning to. There is a mute light indicator, which is nice to have, and I understand the reason why they went with a capacitive touch button is so you don't hear a pop every time you press the button, but they're just not for me personally. The setup for the microphone is straightforward and easy. It's like any other microphone boom arm setup. You attach your boom arm to your desk, then thread on the microphone. The USB cable goes from the back of the mic to the USB port on your PC. Now, there's no software for this mic, which is a good and bad thing. On the good side, it's super easy to plug in and use. There's minimal setup needed in order to get going with this microphone. The drawback, however, is that most of you are going to want to EQ your voice. In order to do that, you'll have to natively do it in the software you're using like OBS, Adobe Premiere, Streamlabs, etc. Or you'll have to use Banana Meter in order to apply your EQ before it hits certain apps like Discord. If you need help getting your voice to sound right in OBS, there's a pinned tutorial in my Discord in the homeroom channel. Links in the description. The wireless feature is pretty neat, but I'm not sure exactly who it's for. Usually when I'm using a microphone like this, especially with a boom arm, I'm stationary and not really moving around. Hey guys, I'm using the eJoy wirelessly in my living room here, and you think that's pretty cool, right? Wrong. You're so wrong. So basically, you'd think it'd be an easy setup, but it actually took me a little while to get this thing working right. You have to hold down both buttons to get it to pair to the wireless USB dongle. I have my notes right here. But the downside when you're working with iPhone, so they gave me this little adapter to plug it in via a lightning port to USB-C. But when you plug it in, it routes your audio output through the microphone as well. So that means every time I want to review my audio, I have to unplug the wireless unit from my phone and listen to it that way, unless you're using the audio headphone jack, which, you know, in today's date, I don't think anybody's using. So anyway, I just figured I'd save you guys a headache in case any of you were thinking about getting this for iOS. I would definitely recommend something else, especially, again, because it routes all your audio through the headphones. So unless you're using this little headphone jack that's on this side over here, you're not going to be able to hear anything you do. You'd have to unplug the wireless mic every single time you want to hear what you're doing. Back to you, me. On the website, it states without using RGB, you should expect around 50 hours of battery life. With RGB, you can get about 20 hours. I really respect that they listed both numbers. Usually, in the tech world, brands are just vague and they just put the bigger number because bigger numbers equal bigger better. So credit where credit's due. But who's going to be using this feature wireless, guys? Do any of you in the comments want a wireless microphone? Please enlighten me. What would you use it for? Leave a comment. Tell me why you want a wireless microphone and what you would use it for. Thank you. Here's a quick sound test for anybody that's curious, and my Discord picked what I would be saying. So, you can blame this guy right here. Give me a line to say for the sound test. Give me a line to say for the sound test. Give me a line to say for the sound test. Give me a line to say for the sound test. Give me a line to say for the sound test. give me a line to say for the sound test. Overall, for $68.99, I thought this was a neat little microphone, but I really didn't like the USB sound quality. I'm not sure if I would choose this over some other options that are openly available. I like the button placement and aesthetics.
I'm not too big on this sound right here. I don't think it sounds the greatest. IMO. Sorry guys. I just think there's better microphones for the price.
As always, I hope you learned something, and until next time, GG.